What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk to you guys real quick. You know, every Friday, a lot of you guys have been with me that know I do a live stream, and on Friday nights, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, all are invited to attend. And during this live stream, I usually tell stories, funny stories mainly about, you know, crazy stuff that's happened in my life or the lives of those that, you know, family members that were around me and, you know, things I went through in life. A lot of them usually funny, but just interesting people I was around and, you know, interesting tales I can tell you guys just to put a smile on your face, to break the monotony. A lot of these depressing stories I do during the week. And at the end of my live stream, sometimes I would talk to you guys. A lot of you guys can validate that in the chat. I used to tell you guys, like, you know, I had a good life. You know, we all have ups and downs in life. But I mean, I had a really good life. I had a life you could write a book about, honestly. I mean, I've done stuff a lot of people dreamed of doing because I never, you know, limited myself by thinking a certain way and feeling a certain way about people. You know, I treat people as, you know, I want to be treated, and I respect you as long as you know, you give me reason to. But in me talking about my stories, one of the things I say usually at the end of my story time is, I've been around a long time, and I do stories where people are no longer here. And as depressing those stories are, these people have individual lives with ups and downs, just like I did. And imagine the stories they could tell when they got to my age of 51 years old, if they were on YouTube. Or everybody got stories and things that they're going to experience in life that, you know, people could marvel at. We destroy each other all of the time, and we wreck the potential of other people that could make the world better than it is right now. And I mean, sometimes, you know, change it for the better. This story I want to talk to y'all about today, man, it's heartbreaking seeing this type of stuff. This story's out of Jackson, Mississippi, and it's about a young man named Davian Miles. He was killed in front of his house, June 9th of this year, 2024, right? In a drive-by. 4 teenagers have been charged with his death. Listen to the age of these kids, folks. 2 16-year-old boys, 1 15-year-old boy, and a 13-year-old girl. They were all charged with the murder of this one young man. How much hate do you have to have, you know, for your fellow man, where all 4 of y'all agree to kill one person and nobody's the voice of reason at all? You got a girl wrapped up in this. And it's heartbreaking. I say a lot of things that I speak about a lot of things I'm passionate about. One of them is about change. One of them is about, you know, the violent nature that a lot of us have, especially us as Black folk. A lot of us have a hateful nature. And, you know, people want to blame other things, but we got to look this thing right in the face and call it what it is. Ain't nobody going to fix this and can fix this but us. I'm going to show you this story, man. The chief of police out there in Jackson, Mississippi, shout out, I forgot his name, but he gave an update about, you know, the situation. Take a look.
As we see all the time on the news, that the police can only do so much.
Several residents' cars now riddled with bullets after a drive-by shooting on Marine Street earlier this month.
And what's startling about this case, of course, an 18-year-old lost his life. So my prayers and condolences go out to his family.
18-year-old Davian Miles was shot and killed in front of a house on June 9th. One man who lives in the area, who did not want to be on camera, said he witnessed the tragedy. He said Miles was on the phone outside when a car drove by and at least 20 shots were fired.
But the arrest that we made in this case should bring some shock value to you.
Chief Joseph Wade said a gray sedan full of teenagers were caught on video committing the act. They were later arrested on Thursday, a female and 3 males.
A 13-year-old Black female has been charged with murder and drive-by shooting. a 14-year-old black male, a 15-year-old black male, and a 16-year-old black male have been charged with murder and drive-by shooting in that particular case.
Chief Wade said that all 4 of the teens played an active role in this case. Lee Walker blames youth crime on a lack of guidance from their communities.
I do think it's kind of critical that Jackson don't provide enough for the young people to do. They used to say that it takes a whole village to raise a child. So that's still true today.
All right, guys. Before I go into this story, I want to say something real fast about how I agree and disagree with the older gentleman was saying. I think a lot of stuff that's said nowadays does not apply to the sign, the way the times are. He says, oh, Jackson doesn't do enough for the youth as far as things for them to do. Okay. That only applies when people want to do things. There are a lot of people that like hanging out in the street doing nothing. If you go and set up I used to always be like, okay, well, they need more youth centers for what? Every time they have youth centers, they do what? Tear them up. Let's be honest. They tear them up. Sell drugs, fight, all this other stuff. What do you want them to do, the city of Jackson to do, or just any city, period? Because any large gathering of this new type of human being or mindset is always resulting in violence. Proof is the Round Rock Juneteenth celebration. We can't get along for some reason, and it's hurtful, and it needs to be addressed. Always something. Somebody left me a comment when I talked about that shooting at the Juneteenth festival out there in Round Rock, Texas. Shout out Round Rock. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot who it was. Shout yourself out. They said they almost got in a fight because they looked at somebody's shoes. And it was like almost inconsolable where they almost had to go to blows. People get triggered over the stupidest stuff because a lot of people ain't got home training. Peer pressure is out there for young people. We know this for a fact. They had a 13-year-old girl with them. 2 16-year-old boys. When I was younger, you wasn't allowed around older people, whether they was your sex or not, if they wasn't responsible and your parents vetted them. Okay, I know you safe with being with him, so you can go with him because I know he ain't going to get you in no trouble because he not a troublesome kid. Nowadays, kids are just pushed outside and told to stay outside because they're letting flies in, or you come in, you're staying in. A lot of people was having kids back in the day when they was really young. And having a child is a huge responsibility, and it takes a lot of time, where people that have kids young, they still want to live their adult life. A lot of times grandma was watching the kids. Whole bunch of kids over at grandma's, parents going to the clubs, doing what they want to do, and all this other stuff. We forsaken our children a long time ago, and we're reaping what happened from that. We are. The destructive nature out here, I told you before, it's at an all-time high. It's nothing to pull a gun and pull a trigger on anybody that look like you, or let alone anybody else. It's like life don't mean nothing no more. Everybody's selfish. And it's hurtful. I don't like black folks killing black folks. I don't like no folks killing no folks. Violence is a tool. Nowadays, it's a recreational thing. There are people out here right now at a young age, can't even read, but they have bloodlust in their heart. Look at the way the world is, y'all. Seriously, look at the way the world is. We are wiping each other off the map. Everybody want to sit up here and scream about racism and all this stuff. Ain't nobody got to be racist to us because we already hate each other. And people that are smart, that's looking, that don't like us as people, whoever they may be, whoever y'all label them as, they don't have to do shit because we're our own population control. That's the thing. This stuff hurt my heart, y'all. It do. Everybody want to call ourselves kings and queens. Look at the fucking kingdoms we got and the loyal subjects we have around us. Everybody screaming woke. You can't be woke and broke at the same time. You can't be woke and a broken people mentally. You can't. You can't. Now, every race in America got their own problems. But I'm addressing this one today. We gotta fix us. Everybody lives in the now. A lot of these young people, if they're lucky enough, they'll get old. When your body starts failing, you realize your limitations. If your mind hasn't caught up wisdom-wise, nor your intelligence, you're going to be knocked completely out of this. And you're going to always be taken advantage of, because people don't never forget what you did. And they damn sure don't forget how you made them feel when you did it. And that's real. Here it is. 4 kids. None of them was the voice of reason. Got the young black queen out there firing the Draco. That's what we are. That's what we do. Now, I don't know if she was shooting the Draco. I'm just being smart. But you understand what I'm saying? We lose women in this country. We lose everything. Now women trying to fight to show they just as tough as a man. We already got this gender mess going on where people don't know where they coming or going. And now look, no separation in the sexes, mentality-wise. You got women acting like men, men acting like women, outside of their normal instinctive way that God made them. When you go against the grain in the universe, bullshit happens. And look where the fuck we at right now. And I'm being honest with you. Kid dead. Them other ones might as well be dead, because they killed their chances at being successful in life by murdering this young boy. No matter what you're going through right now at ages 16 through 13, there's somebody else out here that would gladly take places with you and in a worse shape than you are. You know, I'm getting tongue-tied. But you understand what I'm saying. This is hurtful. It is. It would take generations to fix this. And you know what's crazy? All these black folks screaming about this and stuff, this is spreading to other races in America. It is. It is. It's spreading. Ignorance spreads faster than any drug out there. Look at social media. Seriously, look at social media. They can put a rumor out and it'll spread like wildfire. Even if it's false or not. And then the person, when they do it for views and likes and all of that stuff, when they find out the truth, they won't come back and correct themselves. They won't. Because they already made the money and they don't want to look stupid on their own platforms. There are a lot of people out here, especially on YouTube, that will trick you and try to trick your mind and play to your emotions to have you think a certain way or feel a certain way. Not everybody needs to be liked. On my channel, I think I speak from the heart. I do. You don't have to like me. You know what I mean? Just respect what I say. And if you don't respect what I say, that's cool too. I'm not on here for people to like me. I'm on here because I feel as though with me speaking, maybe I could reach somebody with some type of wisdom. That's the best I can do. The older man in the beginning, I got a little sidetracked. Everything starts from home. And that's the thing. Before you can worry about doing rec centers and all this other stuff, these kids got to be taught to respect things. Respect for others. Respect for oneself. Love for oneself. You know, basic things like, respect people's property. Listen to when elders talk to you. Respect those older than you. It's like a lost art now. Simplest things. Basic human decency. Down the toilet. We got a bunch of feral people out here that are only interested in quenching the thirst of their own selfishness. Everybody wants to be somebody else. You can't, because their spot is taken in time and space. Where I'm sitting in this chair right now, as long as I'm sitting here, nobody else can sit here and occupy the same space as me. Such is life. Everybody wants to be somebody else. You came in this planet by yourself, unless you was a twin, but still you are a unique individual. Just wish people would see that faster. We wouldn't have all these stupid deaths like this. Not just in Jackson, but all over. That's all I got to say. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.